Today, we got Dr. Doom taking on Loki. Who wins? Let's find out. Master of Science and Sorcery, Victor Von Doom is the monarch of Latveria and seeks the betterment of mankind through world conquest. Unequaled and unrivaled in every manner, Dr. Doom has had many conflicts with both earthly and cosmic super beings, but he will always be known as the eternal nemesis of Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four. Dr. Doom's most dangerous weapon is his genius-level intellect, as he's easily one of the top mortal minds on the planet. Doom has constructed hundreds of devices, including a working time machine, devices that imbue people with superpowers, and many different types of robots, with the most common being his Doom bots. These androids are designed to look, act, and think like Doom, and even actually believe that they are Doom. Dr. Doom specializes in physics, robotics, cybernetics, genetics, weapons technology, and strategy and manipulation. He has a great skill in the mystic arts as well, which comes from his mother's Roma heritage. Doctor Strange considers Doom to be one of the most powerful sorcerers in the world, and even a possible sorcerer supreme. His knowledge of spellcraft might even surpass Strange, but Doom himself considers his scientific abilities to be more important. Dr. Doom can do things like fire mystical bolts, create force fields, travel through dimensions, open portals, and invoke mystical entities. Doom's armor contains many different gadgets. It's even on par with Iron Man's armor. The suit can lift nearly 100 tons, is incredibly durable, contains wrist rockets and laser blasters, can generate powerful electric shocks, and has an incredible force field, where Doom can attack even when the force field is up. Then, in the corner, Loki. Loki is the Asgardian god of mischief and prince of lies, the adopted son of Odin, and typically the arch enemy of his brother Thor, as well as the adopted brother to former Guardian of the Galaxy, Angela. Loki has schemed against Thor and Asgard for ages, and his cosmic meddling led to the formation of the Avengers. Now, Loki isn't really known to physically fight an opponent, but being an Asgardian and a frost giant, he is definitely superhuman. He's strong enough to actually knock out Thor, is fast enough to dodge bullets aimed at Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and is durable enough to take attacks from Thor, Hulk, Silver Surfer, and even Surtur. He's also got an impressive healing factor that can survive lethal blows, like he was able to reattach his head after it had been cut off. But while Loki is physically impressive, and I think kinda underrated, the fact is that he usually doesn't get into a physical fight, and actually prefers not to, because Loki's whole thing is magic. In fact, he is the most skilled magician in all of Asgard, and is actually one of the most skilled magicians in all of the 9 realms. His magical abilities actually come from 2 different sources: his innate ability to manipulate Asgardian energies, and also his vast knowledge of sorcery. He's used his magic to hurt Silver Surfer, Apocalypse, and Surtur, take down Beta Ray Bill and the X-Men, turn Jane Foster's skin inside out, and turn Bor, Odin's father, into snow. He's even shattered Doctor Strange's magical shields before. He's also completely dispelled Doctor Strange's attacks against him, can create magical shields or walls in order to protect him from attacks, and one time he turned a man's hand into glass just for touching him. Loki is also really skilled at using projections to trick his opponents, being able to trick Thor, trick Surtur, and even trick Odin himself. He's turned men into goats, clouds into dragons, and cars into ice cream. there really does seem to be no limit to what Loki can accomplish through magic. Loki is also incredibly intelligent, being second only to Odin in all of Asgard when comparing intelligence. He's also very persuasive and cunning, being able to rule worlds and conquer alien civilizations. But he's obsessed with tormenting Thor, and so he's simply restricted himself to the Earth. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, at first, it might not seem like Dr. Doom can hang with an Asgardian god, but just get that thought out of your head right now. With everything he's done in the past, Doom has proven that he can hang with just about anybody, including gods. Now, the first thing I want to take a look at is physicality. And for just being a human, Dr. Doom is surprisingly impressive. I mean, even without his suit, he's killed a lion with his bare hands. But with his suit, he can bust through titanium, and Doom has literally crushed diamonds in the palm of his hand. He's even battled against Iron Man, an Atlantean who rivaled Namor in strength, and he's even grappled with the Hulk before and drawn blood, although Hulk was definitely holding back in that instance. His armor has even allowed him to take hits from the Hulk, take hits from a robot version of the Hulk, who was enhanced with the power cosmic, and his armor has endured Force Blast from Blastar, Iron Man, Storm, and even Thanos. Then to top it all off, Dr. Doom has his force fields, which are powerful enough to block attacks from Iron Man, The Thing, Cyclops, and Captain Britain. It's even prevented Nightcrawler from teleporting inside of his shield, and stopped Magneto from using his powers to manipulate Doom in his armor. The force fields have even prevented and temporarily blocked attacks from a Celestial, which is just insane. But there's no way that Dr. Doom can physically compare with Loki. I mean, we're talking about a frost giant, an Asgardian, literally a god here. No way is a human going to be physically superior to him. Now, what is frustrating is that Loki is so often undersold when it comes to physicality. People kind of treat him like a joke, and that's just not the case. I mean, the God of Mischief is strong enough to briefly match Silver Surfer, knock out Thunderstrike with a slap, and he's even knocked out the actual Thor by whacking him on the head with a mace. Loki is also insanely durable. Like, he's able to just brush off getting hit in the jaw by Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. He's taken blasts from Silver Surfer, and even Surtur, and got back up. Thor's strongest punches only dazed Loki. And when the Hulk repeatedly smashed Loki, he actually got up more pissed than hurt. Loki's even had his head cut off, and just picked it up and put it back on. So Loki can take just about any attack. And as if that wasn't enough, Loki has Doom greatly outclassed in speed. Like, so outclassed. For starters, Loki has repeatedly dodged attacks from Thor, literally danced and jumped all around the God of Thunder, where Thor basically couldn't touch him. But Thor isn't necessarily a speedster, so let's amp the ante a bit. Loki is able to keep up with Silver Surfer while Surfer was flying all around the world. He's actually intercepted Surfer, and Surfer failed to react to Loki's sneak attacks. Loki has even shown that he's able to cast magical spells at the speed of light, something that Dr. Doom hasn't shown he can do. Then to top it all off, a younger and weaker Loki was able to dodge blasts from Dr. Doom and Doombots. So that right there is already spelling trouble for Dr. Doom. However, I don't think Dr. Doom would try and take this fight into a hand-to-hand or close combat. I mean, even though Loki has the physical advantage, odds are he isn't going to really try and fight up close and hand-to-hand. Both of these guys are more ranged combatants. So how does that play out? Well, Doctor Doom has an advantage in that he's got both technology and magic coming into the fight. His energy blasts have momentarily knocked back the Hulk and sent Namor flying. The armor can discharge over 100,000 volts electricity, and when anyone makes contact with it, he has a teleportation device that's allowed him to dodge attacks in mid-combat. His electro-paralyzers have stunned Thor, and he's even thrown a time shift bomb to throw the Fantastic Four 2 seconds into the past in order for Doom to escape. But I don't think any of that technology is going to be enough to put Loki down for good. I mean, we've already been over Loki's durability, and none of Doom's attacks can compare with the strongest blows that Hulk and Thor can dish out. On top of that, Loki's magic can actually protect him from a lot of the attacks that Doom will dish out. I mean, Loki is actually physically immortal, to a level to where he can come back in an astral form even after his entire body was destroyed. So, what about magic then? This really is the most important thing in the fight. Now, Doctor Doom is a very powerful sorcerer, one of Marvel's greatest, and he's trained under Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. He's summoned legions of monsters to swallow up the Avengers, healed his arm after it was injured by Scar, created blizzards, cast the Crimson Bands, and cast a spirit reversal spell in order to cripple Sentry. And he's even summoned mindless ones to help him in a fight. Doctor Doom has even shown skill and mastery while going up against other sorcerers and magical beings, undoing Ghost Rider's Penance Stare, stripping a sorceress of her power and combining it with his own. He's banished demons, fired Blast, and beat Wiccan. Doctor Doom has even gone up against Morgan Le Fay, blocked attacks by creating a magical shield, and he's even used a spell to send Le Fay back in time to 1 million BC, or as she described it, the dawn of man. However, I said that Loki is actually the more powerful sorcerer here, possibly because of the fact that magic and sorcery is kind of the only thing that Loki has got. Well, for Doom, sorcery is second to his science and technology. I mean, when Loki was weakened with just a fraction of his power, he's still strong enough to easily shatter Doctor Strange's shields. He's taken down Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill, Apocalypse, Iron Man, and Thor. He's actually taken down an entire X-Men team with just one shot. Loki has even hurt Surtur's magical blast, turned Boar, a Skyfather being, into snow, and it took everything Doctor Strange had to just momentarily block one of Loki's attacks. He's completely negated Doctor Strange's spells, created illusions to trick both Odin and Surtur, and really, Loki has shown that he can do just about anything. I mean, he's even done stuff like transforming himself into a dragon or a stingray, transformed clouds into dragons, a man into a goat, and he's even turned an entire city into Candia before. Loki really can do just about anything through his magic, and we've just scratched the surface here. Overall, I think it's safe to say that Loki is a more powerful sorcerer than Doctor Doom. I mean, sometimes it's taken everything Doctor Strange has just to battle against Loki on an even foot. But Doctor Doom actually had to amp himself with the additional power of 3 demons in order to be on the same level as Doctor Strange. Loki isn't just magically superior, he's also physically superior to Doom, like we mentioned earlier in the video, and is really just as cunning as Doom. Loki is coming out on top here. Loki wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos every single day, and I will see you all next time.